Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You back. And today we are going to begin our biology classes. Already, I think other subjects you might have started. So before we begin, let's have a silent prayer so that we'll have a very successful academic year. Okay, just close your eyes and pray for a while. Okay, so thank you, children. So as I told, we are going to start our classes today. And biology, you have 6 chapters in the textbook, science textbook. You have 6 chapters of biology. But this year, because of the COVID, CBSE deleted 2.5 chapters. And we don't know whether they'll be continuing with the same syllabus next year. But anyhow, we will take the deleted topics, the topics deleted this year only towards the end. Okay, because in case if we are going to continue the same syllabus, it will be a wastage of time. So we'll be taking those chapters which are not deleted. And I'll tell you the names and the chapter number. You have the textbook, you can mark there. Chapter 6. If you have the index, like in your textbook, if you have, you can mark in the index. Chapter 6, life processes. Lengthy chapter. You're going to learn about 4 basic life processes under that chapter. Then you have chapter 7, control and coordination. That chapter is deleted. This year it was not there. But next year's case, we don't know, but we will take it towards the end. Then chapter 8, how do organisms reproduce? Chapter 9, heredity and evolution. This year, they had deleted the evolution part. Heredity is there, but evolution part was deleted. Okay. Then chapter 15, our environment. Chapter 16, sustainable management of natural resources. So these were the biology. These are the different biology chapters. Once again, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, 15 and 16. And out of these, chapter 7 and 16 completely deleted. And chapter 9, evolution topic is deleted. Anyhow, we'll be starting with the first chapter, life processes, and the deleted topics, anyhow, will be dealing towards the end if they are not deleting this year also. And children, you have to be a little more serious about your studies. You have to be more attentive in the classes, and it's better to have a notebook with you because even though you have all these points in your textbook, and notes will be given, but still whenever a class is taken, note down all the important points. Put today, suppose we are starting topic today, put today's date, topic you can write, and write down the points, not in sentences. You can write it as phrases or as points. Anyhow, you can write it down. Anyhow, you can write it down. And why I am insisting you to write it down is, by writing, you will be able to maintain your concentration. Otherwise, what will happen? 5 minutes you will listen, 10 minutes, your mind will go somewhere. You'll be thinking about something else in between because we all are human beings and you're not sitting in a normal classroom. You are sitting at home. Maybe there is nobody to monitor. It is quite natural. We might get distracted, but make a habit to write down all the points discussed so that your attention can be maintained. Let that be a new thing what you're doing. I think many of you were writing last year also, but all those who were not writing earlier, please do start writing. And in between, when I feel like, I can ask you to lift and show the notes you are writing. So that time, don't come up with excuses. Because last year I've seen some of them, they just come and they sit as if they are watching a movie in the theater. They just lean on their chair. Sometimes they will sleep also in between. No book, no textbook. So that should not be repeated this year. And this year, turning the videos on had been made compulsory by sir, and on a daily basis, see, we all are given attendance sheet. We'll be filling this and we'll be noting down the students without turning their videos on. So please don't get into trouble. Please do turn it on. Our intention is good. Understand that. Some of you might be thinking that why teachers are insisting to turn the videos on. We have only one intention. You should be attentive and you should be able to understand everything and you should score good marks. Only that intention. So we might insist. We have no other intention, children. It's all for you. Some are thinking why these teachers are always insisting that we should turn our videos on. We are doing it with a good intention. You can try. You might have experienced now when the videos are on, you're scared to get distracted. You're scared to look here and there because you are scared that the teacher will notice. Hmm? So you will be very what to say, you'll be in a presentable, for that is very important. You will be you won't be in a shabby condition. You will comb your hair, dress up nicely because your video has to be on. So that is one thing. Then you will keep on writing down something, whether you're writing the notes or something. You're scared that the teachers are noticing, so I have to write it down. Yes, but just imagine if the video is off, you might feel like lying down on the bed. You will not have anything in your hand. You will be turning around and seeing what is happening. In between, you might go to the kitchen and come. I've experienced, from personal experience, I'm saying. Some of them might go, have the snacks and come. We teachers, we will not know. We'll be keeping on calling out their names. By the time, they might have reached kitchen or maybe having the breakfast. And once unknowingly a child turned the video on, he was lying on the bed and having his snacks. All that happens. Okay. So this year, that will not be permitted. If you want to have your snacks, drinks and all, have it early or soon after the class you can have. Okay. So shall we start? So our first chapter is chapter 6, life processes. Chapter is a bit lengthy. We will take some time to complete it. But this is split into four different processes: nutrition, respiration, excretion, and transportation. So we'll be learning about each of these processes in detail. And children, before that, let me ask you one question. What are the main differences between living and non-living things? How are living things different from non-living things? Muhammad Aman, tell me some differences between living and non-living things. Very simple question.
Non-living things don't move.
Non-living things will not move, whereas living things can move. Another difference, Aditya is Krishna. Another difference. He told about movement. What else? No other difference between living and non-living things? Afsana? 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 She's lying down, no? Afsana? Okay, Aditya?
Ma'am, I don't know.
You can't say I don't know because this you have been learning from maybe class 6 or even in the lower classes you had been learning this. Think, no? Compare yourself with a non-living thing. You cannot escape saying I don't know.
They can breathe.
Living things can breathe, non-living things cannot breathe. Then, hi, Hadidi. Hadidi.
Yes.
Hmm.
They can find shelter. They can
Find shelter.
Food. No, search for food.
That is what our who said the first point. They can move. They can non-living things can move. Sorry, living things can move. Non-living things cannot move. Who can say?
They
Yes,
are able
Amina.
to think.
Living things grow.
Living things grow. Non-living things cannot grow. Such a simple question I asked. Ashik, any other point?
They are able to think.
Or else you can say living things can feel, non-living things cannot feel. I think 7, 8 differences you have learned in lower classes. So one important point which we had been learning from lower classes is that living things can move and non-living things cannot move. So in the present year, in your textbook, they have explained it in a different version. We have learned that the ability to move can be considered as a characteristic of living things. But plants do not show any visible movements. But plant, is it a living thing? Is plant a living thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but it is not moving. And take the case of an animal which is sleeping. Is it moving? No, but it is also a living animal, a living organism. So even if organisms do not exhibit visible movements, they are still alive. Living organism always do not exhibit some visible movements. So we cannot consider visible movements as a characteristic of life. Got the point?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
understand? Visible
ma'am.
movements, because internally so many movements might be taking place, but visible movements cannot be considered as a characteristic of life. But at the same time, there are certain movements taking place inside the body. Inside your body also, some movements are taking place. You call it as molecular movements. What do you call them?
Molecular movements.
Movements. So these molecular movements, why are they important? Why are molecular movements important? Because you know that living things, they have a well organized structure. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Living things are having a well organized structure. How are they made of, or with what they are made of?
Cells.
Cells. Group of cells. A group of cells is known as
Tissues.
tissue. A group of tissues, muscles. A group of tissue, organ. A
Organelles.
group of organs, organ system. So several such organ systems together make an organism. Okay. And these structures, cells and the other structures inside the body of the living organism, it can get damaged in response to the changes taking place in the environment, or due to other factors, the cells and other structures can get damaged. So what has to be done? These cells and other structures should be repaired. Am I right? This repairing process is taking place in your body. Cells or the other structures in our body are made up of molecules. In chemistry, you're learning about molecules like proteins, carbohydrates, all these are different molecules. You know that cell and the other structures in the body, they are made up of molecules. So when cell or any part of a body gets damaged, what should happen? Repair should take place. For repairing, what do we need? Molecules. So in the body of living organism, there'll be always the movement of some molecules. So molecules will always be moving inside your body. Okay. So I'll repeat again. I'll be repeating again. Invisible. Why we call it as invisible? Because it cannot be seen. It is taking place inside your body. Invisible molecular movements will be taking place in the body of all living organisms. And why is it important? It is necessary for the repair and maintenance of your body structures. So the cells and other structures in your body can get damaged. So it should be, yes.
I cannot see what you are writing.
What about others?
Me too.
Yes, ma'am.
Mamas.
Okay, wait. I will check again. Can you see now? Can you
Yes,
see
ma'am.
now?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
there are
Yes,
some
ma'am.
movements in our body which you call as invisible molecular movements. We call it as invisible because it is taking place within your body. You can't see it. And it is the movement of certain special molecules. And why are these important? Why are these invisible molecular movements important? Because the cells and other structures with which living organisms are made of can get damaged. For repairing them and for maintenance, we need molecules. As a result, the molecules will be continuously moving inside your body. And this is a unique characteristic of all living organisms. So invisible molecular movements can be considered as a characteristic of living organisms. Okay, this is the there in the introduction. You don't have to worry about what complicated statements I'm making. I'll repeat again. So what I told in a nutshell, I told just two important points. One is that visible movements cannot be considered as a characteristic of living organism. Why? Why? Because even living organism, even when they are not exhibiting some visible movements, we should call them living. For example, a plant not showing any visible movements and a sleeping animal, no visible movements. Maybe when we go closer, we can see its breathing movements. But other than that, you cannot see any visible movements. Still they are alive. So we cannot consider visible movements as a characteristic of life. The second point, what I said is, invisible molecular movements are characteristic of life. What are invisible molecular movements? Why are they essential? Because living organisms, they have a well-organized structure and their body is made up of cells. Cells are grouped into tissues, tissues into organs, organ systems, etc. And due to different factors in the environment or due to some other reasons, these cells and other structures may get damaged. But the repair of these structures are very important for our survival. So for the repair of these structures, molecules will be, because these cells and other structures are made up of molecules. So when they get damaged, the molecules will move to that region to repair them. So invisible molecular movements can be considered as a characteristic of all living organisms. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Arjun, why invisible molecular movements are considered as a characteristic of living organism? Tell me, why is it important? Hmm?
It
Why
is
is it important?
important.
Ah,
Is important because
ah. Hmm. It's time to have your tea. You were yawning. Hmm? Yes.
it is
Who will,
important
why
because
it is important?
movement inside our
Ah,
body
why it should move inside your body? What is the purpose of moving
to
these molecules?
for living purposes.
Something, but there is a specific reason. Melvin, why invisible molecular movements are essential? Why is it important? Louder. Simply the molecules are moving inside. Is there any reason why they are moving, Melvin? You want me to hear what you're saying means, then speak loudly. Ah. How many times I repeated?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, Ashik.
Invisible molecular movements inside the body helps to repair
Ah.
damaged cells under any climatic conditions.
Okay, enough.
Or
It is for the repair and maintenance of our structures inside the body. Melvin will repeat. Melvin, and to whom I asked, Afsana, in between what happened? You fell asleep over there, Afsana? Yes, we noticed. We all noticed. Yes, Melvin, continue. Repeat. Melvin, I'm not able to hear you. Bring the, what to say, mouthpiece of your headset is not there. Okay, come closer and speak.
Invisible molecules are for the repairing and
Ah,
maintenance
for the
of
repair and maintenance of the body structures, invisible molecular movements are very, very important. And what is the chapter about? What is the name of the chapter?
Life process.
Life processes. Now let's see what are life processes. So life processes means the different processes. There are different processes in our body which are helping in the maintenance, which help in the maintenance of our body, and those processes are known as life processes. I will repeat once again. Life processes are the processes which together perform maintenance in living organisms. You call these processes together as life processes. What are life processes? The different processes which together perform maintenance in living organism. There are many life processes, but here we'll be learning about 4 life processes. Once again, the different processes that perform to bring about maintenance in living organisms are known as life processes, and 4 major processes we are going to learn. Let me start with the first one. Children, we need energy to carry out our day-to-day activities. From where do we get energy? From where do we get energy?
Food.
Food. It is through food that we get energy. What do you call the process of taking in food? Huh?
Nutrition.
Injection.
Nutrition. Very good. So the first process is nutrition. Now, we have taken food. The food has got digested, and the digested food is supplied to all the cells by blood. Now, all cells have reached, or the digested nutrients has reached each and every cell. But to get energy, the food should combine with
Digestion.
digestion is completed.
Blood.
Nutrients,
Blood.
all the food is digested, and the digested nutrients have reached the cells. But in the cells, these nutrients should combine with what to release energy?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. So just by taking in food, you won't get energy. The food should be oxidized. You have learned glucose is oxidized to release energy. I think class 7, aerobic and anaerobic respiration you have learned? Not remembering. We don't remember what we learned in class 9. Then how can we remember what was there in class 7? Am I right? Yes, Hein Steve?
Yes, ma'am.
Hein Steve, how are you? Happy with your marks, class 9?
No.
Okay. So this glucose or these digested nutrients should combine with oxygen, or the food should be oxidized to release energy. And children, by what process oxygen enters your body? By which process oxygen is entering your
Respiration.
body?
Respiration.
Respiration. So the
Respiration.
second process is life process is respiration. Now, we take in food through your mouth. Oxygen is taken through your nose. But will it remain there in the nose and mouth, or it will
No.
be
No.
going to other parts? It will
Other
reach other
parts.
parts. And which process will help in carrying it to different parts? What do you call the process?
Transportation.
Very good. The third life process is transportation. Nutrition, respiration, transportation. Now, the food, or there are not only food in your body, different chemical reaction. Food is broken down, or different chemical reactions are taking place inside your body. And as a result of these different chemical reactions, waste materials will be generated. And what should happen to this, or what has to be done with this waste materials?
Excretion.
It should be removed. And you call it as, Ashik?
Excretion.
Excretion. And the next life process is excretion. So we are going to learn about 4 of these life processes in detail. You will learn in detail about nutrition, respiration, transportation, and also excretion. Okay, the chapter is a bit lengthy chapter, but very easy, simple chapter, because many of the concepts you have learned. But please make it a habit. I'm repeating again, learn your daily lessons. If you postpone it for the next day, it will keep on, you will keep on postponing it, and you don't feel like learning. First you will think, tomorrow I will learn, day after tomorrow, weekend, month end, and finally only the previous day of the exam you will start learning. So please make it a point to learn, whether it is a little bit taken by your teacher or whether pages and pages are taken, whatever it is, please do read it. Read your textbook. Must, it's a must that you should read your textbook thoroughly. So I'll repeat once again. Life processes means the different processes which together perform maintenance in living organisms. And there are different life processes. 4 of them which you're going to learn in this chapter are nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion. Savio, feeling sleepy?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, good. So we are going to start with the different modes of nutrition. Okay, you know that there are 2 main modes of nutrition. Who can tell me which are the 2 main methods of nutrition? Hmm? Tell me,
Food.
children. Huh?
Food.
Which? Now, my question is, which are the 2 modes, methods of nutrition? Taking in food, 2 ways.
Autotrophic.
Autotrophic. Green plants, they have got one method. The other animals have got another method. As Lolita said, green plants carry out autotrophic. Have you heard about autotrophic nutrition?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Class 7. Autotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Check your class 7 textbook. It is there in class 7. Autotrophic. Auto means self. Autotrophic nutrition. It is performed by green plants. Can anyone define what is autotrophic nutrition? Let it be wrong, children. No problem. You're free to make mistakes.
The amount of
Ah.
nutritious content in green plants
Once again.
and the amount.
Self.
No. I'm asking you to define what is autotrophic nutrition.
Ma'am,
Preparing
make
their own
the
food by
own
themselves.
Yes.
They make
Yes.
photosynthesis.
Yes, the method of preparing food on their own, or green plants can prepare food on their own. So such mode of nutrition is autotrophic nutrition, or else you can say the process by which green plants prepare their own food using simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and
photo.
chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll.
We can even call it as photosynthesis. I'll repeat it once again. Autotrophic nutrition, and one of you should repeat it. Then we'll wind up. Okay. The process by which green plants prepare their own food. The process by which green plants prepare their own food using simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Who can say? Anybody? Question is open to all. If you stuck up in between, I will help you.
Ma'am,
Ah,
autotrophic nutrition.
you should not read.
Autotrophic nutrition, it is a process in which plants prepare their own food Using simple inorganic materials such as carbohydrates,
carbon dioxide
carbon dioxide,
and
sunlight.
and what is essential along with carbon dioxide? Water
Water
in presence of
in process of sunlight
and
through the process of photosynthesis.
in photosynthesis, same as photosynthesis. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is known as autotrophic nutrition. The same definition is applicable for photosynthesis. One more should repeat. Who will say? Aman Shakir. You can do. Say the process by which. Yes, Aman, I'm waiting.
The process by which green plants take food. in
Prepare,
the-
not taking. Prepare.
Prepare food with help of simple inorganic substances like hydrogen.
Nitrogen.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Where did you go in between? In between, you got distracted. What all things plant need?
Carbon dioxide and water.
Plants, they need carbon dioxide and
Carbon dioxide and water.
water in presence of
Sunlight and photosynthesis.
chlorophyll. Okay. And photosynthesis in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay. So please do revise what we covered today. Only a bit I have taken. So next class, be attentive like this. Turn your videos on like this. Feeling so happy to see you with all your videos on. You have filled up the screen. Okay. Be like this always. So see you next class. Learn it
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
come. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.